You're watching SportsBeat.
Thanks for watching SportsBeat. Jeremiah Jensen and Sam Farnsworth. We have the latest on Donovan Mitchell and Kyle Kuzma with Team USA, but of course our focus tonight is all on college football.
Yeah, this is going to be our focus most weekends from now until the holidays,
Thank
right?
Goodness.
Yeah, this week the grind of fall camp continues all around the state. Each team getting ready to kick the season off later this month.
Yeah, let's start with the Utes. The media was not allowed to view practice or capture video of any action. We can tell you this, the best news for the Utes today is that JUCO transfer offensive lineman Bam Olaseni was on the practice field for the first time, 6'8", 325 pounds. Coach Whittingham was very pleased with the performance of the offensive line, which is a concern entering the season. Whatever happened at the scrimmage, everyone seems to really be excited about what's going on.
Obviously some things execution-wise at this point of camp that need to develop and come along much further, but overall good for the 10th day of work and the 25th day running this offense.
Do you have a go-to guy?
No, sir.
You don't need one.
I don't need one when I got a lot of weapons around me.
You know, our ones are really good, and so there's going to be a drop-off, but right now that separation between the ones and twos is too much. We got to shrink that gap.
They've got the experience, they've got the leadership, and they kind of show how it's supposed to be done. Two's got to come along.
Any update on Bam?
He's here. Yeah, he's practicing. You know, the first 2 days, he practiced yesterday and today. He's a big guy, 88-inch wingspan. I don't know what Rudy Gobert's is, but it's closing in on that. Somebody find out what his is. Probably 90-something.
Yes, Coach Whittingham, we found out it's 93 inches. So just a 5-inch difference between Rudy Gobert, one of the greatest shot blockers in the NBA, and their new offensive tackle.
Still big, very long.
Yes, for sure. Well, the Cougars held their first scrimmage of fall camp today. It also turned out to be a light day for most of the defensive starters.
Yeah, the coaching staff, they wanted today's scrimmage to be more of a test for the offense, and apparently those guys passed with flying colors in Provo. The BYU coaching staff did tell us after the practice that they were pleased with what they saw coming together on the field, especially from one of the newcomers. The team ran more than 100 offensive plays and scored more than 50 points reportedly, and it was transfer running back Tyson Williams, who Coach Sataki says shined. In his words, Williams is, quote, a special player. The Cougars feel like they're starting to get that balance on both sides of the ball.
Thought it went really well. You know, there's some things to work on. I got to watch the film, but overall, I thought pretty even day so far. We were able to get some rotation in there. I think it's a different deal when you're missing. You know, we held out, I think, probably 5 guys on defense with the live part with the ones. But other than that, I think everybody played. On offense, the only guy that I can think that we held out was Matt Bushman.
Sometimes when you call it a scrimmage and you come into Lavelle Edwards Stadium, some guys get a little bit nervous and don't perform as well as they could. Other guys maybe step up their game even a little bit more.
Tyson Williams stood out to me just because I haven't seen him play before. You know, Zach Katoa, he's a stud, but he was with us last year, and I know he's a hard-working kid, and he's a great running back for us. But, you know, I was anxious to see how these running backs would do a little bit, and, you know, I thought he did really well.
All right, now let's go to Logan. Utah State continues camp as well. And the Aggies are getting contributions from some former Utes. 3 grad transfers have traded in the red for the blue in search of more playing time and expanded roles. AOC Mariner, Caleb Repp, and Nick Henniger have followed Justin, Anna, and Gary Anderson to Logan. Mariner looks to be a go-to receiver, Repp making the move back to tight end, and Henniger hoping to be in the 2 deep at defensive end.
Why'd you decide to spend your last season at Utah State?
I just felt like it was the best decision for me. You know, I was playing a small role over at Utah. You know, I was grateful for it. I just feel like for my last year, I just want to play a bigger role on whatever side of the ball I can get on. So, and then Coach A came up here, and it was just a great opportunity for me to do that. So, yeah.
The biggest part for me was that I trust Coach Anderson, and I tell people a lot that it's rare to find a coach in college that you really trust. And Coach Anderson has proven to be one of the most trustworthy coaches in my college experience, so that's the biggest reason for me coming up here.
Well, last year, Darwin Thompson rushed for more than 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns for the Aggies. He's now with the Kansas City Chiefs, so the Aggies turn to the next man up.
Yeah, but it's not like the guy behind him last year was a slouch, right? KSL sports producer Matt Glady caught up with the Aggies' new starting running back, Gerold Bright.
Number 1 goal is to win. I'm going to spell it for you. W.
He's running with Gerold Bright. Gerold Bright into the end zone.
N.
Touchdown, Aggies.
win. That's the only thing that matters. I don't care how we win, as long as we win. You want to win with style, but hey, if you got a nail biter and you still come out with that dub, it's well worth it.
And look out, Gerold great.
A personal goal for me, myself, I would like to exceed beyond all that I can believe I can do on the field. I want this to be my year. I want to write my own ticket, and I want to rush for 1,000, of course. I want to have the highest yards per carry average in the Mountain West and hopefully compete nationally. There's a lot of goals, but collectively, I just want to play with my guys and win. That's the main thing that matters.
And walks into the end zone.
You're the man this year. You know, Darwin leaves, you step in. You feel a little bit more pressure with that? I mean, how are you embracing your role as the #1 guy now?
Ain't no pressure. Ain't no pressure. Darwin, my guy, I love that man. Like I told him, I talked to him the other day. He motivates me because I was playing beside him. We were on the same team, running the same offense, and he made it. That's my goal. I want to make it. So when I look at him, I see a successful man, and I see me in him, and I see where I can be, and I see where I can go to. So ain't no pressure. The business is still business, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna still do my thing.
How are you gonna make that happen?
Well, me, I'm a cool, calm, collected, you know, suave kind of guy. You know, I keep it chill. I like to respond to my environment rather than my environment responding to me. So to break that down a little bit to help you out, I mold. Put it that way, I mold. So whatever needs to be done, I mold to that task to do it. I don't let the environment dictate how I feel. I try to control my environment, if that makes sense. So I'm a calm, collected guy, so I'm just chill. I'm just chill with it. I just do it. Just do it. The coach say you gotta do this, do it. And it's simple, just like that.
Gary Anderson is the answer, and Gary Anderson is home.
What's Coach Anderson like as a head coach?
Coach Anderson is an amazing guy. I mean, right now he's on the verge to becoming one of my favorite coaches of all time. He's a great man. Like I told you, he's very genuine, and you know it's genuine. Everything he says is sincere, and it comes from the heart. And that's what I like about him the most. And then he's a football junkie. You know, he loves football, and he's gonna coach it hard, and he's gonna coach it good. But it's easier to accept all of that hard coaching when you know that a guy truly loves you. And that's what I like about Coach A.
11 wins. It's been an incredible run for this Utah State team.
This year, coming off of last season, you guys are going to get everybody's best shot. There's a lot of hype around you. And how do you kind of block out the hype or adjust to the hype so you can stay focused on the game?
Well, for me, I mean, I can block out the hype, but then you got to believe the hype. You got to know that I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to do this, I'm gonna do this. You gotta believe the hype, and that's my motto, believe the hype. But you gotta also be modest in all of that as well. You know, you can't be boastful or anything. You just gotta live up to what the hype is saying, basically.
Jordan Love's got Scarver, and Jordan Love keeps it, takes it for 6.
What are some of the things that make him special?
Jordan Love is just a fanatic, man. I love that guy. I remember when he first came in, he was a little toothpick. He was a little toothpick when he came in. Now he all bulked up. He got the confidence, he got the swag, and he got the knowledge. He the whole package. He can do it all. And I just love competing and playing next to him because when he next to me, I'm like, man, I know Jordan. Jordan he gonna do the right thing. He gonna make the right decision. That guy is amazing. Ain't nobody like Love. You gotta love the Love, you feel me? Yeah, I'm gonna try him out, give you a little reaction video. Smell like a trophy. Hold on. Let me bite into that. The road,
easy access.
Yeah, the road to success ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. Let's see what it say. Say Heisman. Vote Love. Now that's a Heisman taste if I ever tasted one.
You know,
so good.
Yeah, if his personality in that interview translates the way he plays the game, he's going to be so much fun to watch this fall. Hey, you know, scrimmage everywhere, even up in Ogden, where the Weber State Wildcats took some reps at Stewart Stadium today. For head coach Jay Hill, the purpose of the Wildcat scrimmage was to get a feel at who they can rely on when the season begins.
Well, first and foremost, we got to see who we can win with. There's a lot of guys out there, Joe Williams, Adam Rodriguez, Austin Tisch on defense, Kavika Tupola. We don't have to play with those guys today because I know we can win with them. We're looking at some of the young corners, safeties to step up. We were looking at the linebackers. I thought Noah Vaea separated himself and played pretty good today.
Some construction going on in Ogden on a windy day. Good to hear. All right, up next, the latest on Donovan Mitchell and his Team USA experience.
Yeah, and we'll head back down to Provo as well for more with the BYU football team.
That's what pushes me every day in school and football and just everyday daily life.
Dayan Ghanwoloku is a big-time playmaker on the Cougar defense. Where does he find his motivation on the gridiron? He's going to tell us next. That's right, high school football is back. Our first game night live game of the week is Friday. 4A title favorite Dixie at 5A contender Springville. We're dialing it up right now. You can watch the game live on the KSL TV app and KSLSports.com. I'll be on the call with Stevenson Sylvester and Tom Hackett. You also don't want to miss our first game night live highlight show next Saturday, a full half hour of the best high school football action from week 1 of the season. 1 week from tonight, right here on KSL 5.
It's going to be so much fun.
Can't wait to get started.
Remember Corbin Kafusi, right? Him and Sione Takataki, a couple of the big defensive stars that BYU lost last season. But there are some still playmakers for the Cougs here in 2019. One example that sticks out, Dayan Ghanwoloku.
Yeah, Dayan has made plays at corner and safety for the Cougars. Now he's back to corner as a senior. He has some big goals for his final year in Provo.
Snap Woodside, quick fire deflection, interception, far sideline, picked by the Cougars. Dayan Lake has his first pick.
So what are your goals this year? What do you want to accomplish as a team and as an individual?
As an individual, I just want to make sure I can be like a leader type. And I'm not like a vocal leader. Sometimes I am, but more like lead by example, like in the weight room, on the field like that. Because we have some young guys, especially at corner and stuff. And like I just want to be more like a leader to them, show them like the roots pretty much, and show them that competition, how to compete out there and not just play soft, because I hate that soft playing.
So I'm looking at the media guide right here on the front. Who's that?
Oh shoot, that's me.
How cool is that?
Looking kind of swole. I got to lean down a little bit.
The reason you're on the front of this is you're expected to have a big season. You're expected to be a leader. What do you think as you see yourself on the front of that?
It's nice. I've never been on the front of nothing, so it's like, it's nice. I like it.
Are you ready for those expectations?
I am, especially this year, yeah. I feel like we're ready as a team, too. Like, we're ready for sure.
What can you share with us about this group in the secondary? There's some experience there now. What do you think this group has to do to reach your potential and get the job done?
We all have to be like on the same level. We can't go like first group, first string, and then the difference, the second string way down here. We have to be on the same page and like know our stuff on the field and be competitive pretty much. That's one thing Coach Hadley emphasizes, and like as a whole group, as a team too, just to be able to compete, and like next man up should be play at that same level.
You have a heck of a story.
Oh, yeah.
From where you've come to where you are now. What is it about your story that's made you who you are now and got to you where you're at? Obviously, when you go through certain things, it shapes you. How has your journey shaped you?
It's just from where I came from, like from Africa and stuff like that, and knowing the sacrifice my dad made. My dad pretty much stopped going to school and getting his degree just so me and my sister could come to the U.S., and he just was working to get enough money to bring us here. So his sacrifice kind of pushes me to just graduate, because when I graduated, that's like the happiest day of his life, just because he didn't get to graduate, and he took that sacrifice to see us succeed. And so that's what kind of drives me, just motivates me every day. Like, I'm doing it for a reason, for my family, and I also want to, like I said, I'm trying to go to the NFL and get my first thing to come to BYU was get my degree and just make it to the NFL and help my family out. That's a big thing to me, just helping my family back in Africa, because they don't have much, and like a lot of them are dying from like little stuff because they don't have the medicine that the U.S. has. So I just want to like go back and help them, because I haven't been back since I was like 5, since I got here. So that's what pushes me every day in school and football and just everyday daily life.
So I'm sure you're also motivated for your first opponent of the season.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got to beat them. Like, I don't even care. Like, we got to do all we can to beat them. There's no reason we shouldn't beat them. Like, it don't matter if they got better athletes. It don't matter. Like, we have that drive this year. I feel like we should beat them.
You guys aren't backing away from this at all, are you?
Oh, not at all. That's the game. That's what's gonna start our season off, and so or wins. That's what we're trying. That's all we're thinking every day. We have signs all over, beat Utah, beat Utah. It goes through everyone's head, beat Utah, beat Utah. So we see it every day.
So you want to get to the NFL, you're going to play against Utah, you're going to play against Tennessee, you're going to play against USC, Washington, the list goes on and on. Of some really good teams with NFL caliber talent. How much do you embrace that challenge, and how eager are you to see how you match up with some of those teams and those players?
I love it. It's going to be great, and I know, like when the competition gets better, like I love that. Just my competition goes up. I try to play above that level, and I try to do that every game too. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. It could be the weakest team in college football. I'm still going to have that same intensity, and playing those teams like Washington. Still, I didn't get an opportunity to play Washington because I was hurt last year, and just teams like that, Washington, Utah, Tennessee. That's just a way for us to prove ourselves and feel like we match up pretty good against any of those teams. And I'm for sure going to try to lock everyone down. That's the plan. So I'm not hesitating whatsoever.
It's been fascinating to watch Dayan's journey from Northridge High School now to BYU and possibly the NFL. He's going to have a big year.
Big goals for him and for the Cougars, no doubt.
Absolutely. All right, now to basketball. Donovan Mitchell looks to be a lock to make USA Basketball's 12-man roster for the World Cup of Basketball in China later this month.
You know, he's quickly been given and taken leadership responsibilities for the Greg Popovich coach team, and it really showed last night in Las Vegas, too. Right away, Team USA held an inter-squad scrimmage, and he took the public address microphone, welcoming the fans, thanking them for their support before the game began, and then Donovan went to work. He played in 16 minutes, but scored 8 points in that limited time, dishing out 4 assists. He did have a steal as well. He's taken this camp seriously. He wants to win the World Cup title. He says there's still work to be done, though, for this team to get to that level.
You know, the guys all coming together. You know, obviously we all have our own roles with our own team, but this is about making sacrifices and playing for the USA. And, you know, I think a lot of guys being competitive, bring that competitive spirit, a good IQ of the game, you know, understanding, you know, what shots you may get, what you need to do defensively. And I think that's what's going to really take guys and take this team to the next level.
Good amount of Jazz fans in Vegas last night for that as well. All right, Kyle Kuzma also trying to land a spot on the USA roster. Played just under 10 minutes in Friday's scrimmage, but he did deliver one of the best plays of the game. It was a nasty dunk over Derek White, which we're not showing you right now. I don't know why, but he was awesome.
There it is.
There's the dunk. There it is. All right. It was pretty sweet, as I said. He was a state champ at Skyline. He helped the Utes to an undefeated season and a Fiesta Bowl win back in 2004. But can Bo Nagahe golf?
Yeah, well, let's find out right now. He was Tom Hackett's guest on this week's edition of The Hallowed Grounds.
Welcome into Willow Creek Country Club. Big thanks to all the members for allowing us to golf. Bo Nagahe's my guest.
Morning, how you guys doing?
It's evening when they're watching.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, moving on. So here's how this thing works. From the 14th par 4. If you win this, Bo, you get yourself a $100 gift card to Uinta Golf.
You might as well give that to me right now.
No, that's going over there. If you win this hole, then there's a par 3 15th. If you hit it closest to the pin, for the $500 value of the Bushnell rangefinder. By the way, this is the latest edition. So
I need this. Tom, I need this
I know.
right now.
Well, you got to win it, okay?
My game needs this.
Right. Should we play?
Who should play?
Okay. Shot. 1999. Mr. Utah football.
That's right. Long time ago.
I was 7.
You're a young blood, Tom.
Ron McBride recruited you?
Ron McBride recruited me back in the day.
How good of a recruiter is Ronnie Mack? Just out of curiosity.
Incredible.
Like really
Incredible.
good, huh?
Incredible. He comes into your home. It's just somebody that you can feel, he just makes you feel so comfortable. I'll never forget, he came into the house and he met my parents and we were just talking about the future, and he sat down on the floor.
He didn't even sit on the couch?
No, he didn't even sit on the couch, sat down on the floor.
Let me play caddy for you. That was a great divot.
Thank you.
Just so the members don't, just the members out there. Ronnie Mack got the sack, and Urban came in.
Urban came in.
Right in the middle of your career.
Yep.
Do you know how many stories I've heard about Urban Meyer when he first came here?
A lot of them are true. He came in extremely militant. He had a certain way of doing things.
So is it true that the very first weight session you guys did, he put these black cardboard pieces over the windows and wouldn't let anybody out?
Had chains on the door.
I concede. He wins.
All right, we picking up?
Yep.
All right.